What's up guys, MickeyMoTiOnZ here, and this is another Formula 1 game news video. In this video we're going to be talking about F1 2015 and the features that are going to be implemented in that game and what may be implemented in that game also. So what is confirmed so far is that this game is going to be released earlier than usual. We're expecting it to come out in around April, and that is simply because of live updates, which is a new feature to this game. Live updates is basically just content that's going to be added over the course of the year. So let's say there's a new front wing that is added in the middle of the season. They will add that into the game. There could also be things like driver performance that might change over the course of the year, or how the car handles. This is a feature that has been implemented in FIFA for a while now, and I suspect that Codemasters are doing this just so they can get more sales. And trust me, that's not a bad thing. I think everybody will be much more happy playing a game that's relevant to the season, because it was quite annoying if you were playing F1 2013 in F1 2014, so you'd have to get a mod. So, you know, that kind of sucks. So the fact that they're doing this is much better. I think no one will get bored of the game. I think this will make people actually play the game a lot more and be more motivated to play the game as it's relevant to the season. We also know that this game is going to be on the next gen and it won't be on the last gen. Basically what Codemasters have done is they decided not to port the game over to the next gen, hence the reason why they have F1 2014 on the last gen and F1 2015 on the new gen. Since this game is going to be released on the next gen, I suspect that Codemasters are creating a new engine for this game, of course, and I think that they've been working on this game since the release of F1 2013, just simply because they would need that extra time to make this game for the new gen and try and make sure that this game really is perfect. Now, I've been looking at Steve Hood's Twitter, and if you don't know who he is the creative director of the Codemasters F1 series. And someone has asked him if there will be a chance that there will be new features like formation laps in the next gen F1 games, and Steve Hood replies saying, "First and foremost, I want to get the physics, AI, frame rate, etc. sorted. Only then add extras, as it needs a solid foundation first." So that tells me that unnecessary features like the formation laps won't be added into F1 2015, just because, you know, as he's mentioned, he wants to get the raw gameplay sorted first of all. So we might have to wait until F1 2016 for extra stuff like formation laps or maybe podium celebrations and all that. Steve Hood also tweets that formation lap isn't in 2014. He thinks that he'll have to add it at some stage, but only when the time is right. So I think there still could be a chance of formation laps to be included in F1 2015, as long as the core gameplay is sorted out first of all, because that's their main issue that they need to get sorted. Once their core gameplay is sorted, and if they have extra time available, then that's when they may add formation laps. Steve Hood was also asked on Twitter whether there would be an online training session, basically a practice session online, and Steve Hood said not in 2014 but probably on the new gen, so that means for sure we'll have that feature in 2015. However, we don't know if there would be more than one practice session in career modes and maybe even online, and that's just simply because Steve Hood has mentioned on Twitter that he would only run that into the gameplay if there was a reason to run more than one session. But to be honest, I mean, he has a fair point. Why would you want to spend 3 hours just on practice session? I mean, if you're doing that, you have too much time on your hands. And you know what, I've even tried it before when I was younger on F1 Challenge 1999 to 2002. That was a simulation game made by ISI and it was only released on PC. And you know, that game was pretty much hardcore. That was really for the hardcore F1 simulator races. And that game had 4 practice sessions, 1 qualifying session, a warm-up session, and then the race. And you know, back in those days, you were allowed to have 4 practice sessions. So you had 4 hours of practice sessions, 1 hour of qualifying, because before back then it was just 1 solid hour of qualification, and then half an hour of doing a warm-up, and if you wanted to do a 100% race as well. So that's a lot of time, you know, being put into the game there. And also back then you couldn't skip time as well. You didn't have that feature that you have now in Codemasters right now. We're pretty much privileged to have it. We could just skip time and just go forward. So it's pretty much pointless for Codemasters to implement FP1 and FP2 into F1 2015. I also have one more point I just want to add, and that's just out of speculation. I believe that the new game, Formula 2015, is going to have a full grid online I simply believe that it's going to have 22 drivers online. I think the new next-gen consoles will be able to handle it, and I don't think there's going to be any lag issues. I'm pretty sure Codemasters are working their butts off to try and make sure that there's no lag online, because it's quite embarrassing for them when they have a Codemasters League running and there's issues with lag. So if they're seeing that for their very own eyes, that there's issues, then they're obviously going to be working on it and trying to make sure that online works perfectly for F1 2015. So if you guys want to hear my opinions on F1 2015 or even F1 2014, please make sure you subscribe for more, and I'll obviously be bringing you more F1 2014 and F1 2015 game news as it comes along. I also do F1 2003 mod videos, as you guys can see in the video. No one else does this on YouTube. I'm the only guy. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, make sure you do so by clicking subscribe, or even just going onto my channel and just checking it out. I'm going to be doing a career mode and a league as well if you guys are interested on the PC. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. Also, I do old school Sunday series, which is basically where I play old F1 games or any racing game. And I'm also doing a Formula 1 career mode on F1 Challenge. It's an absolute awesome game. If you've never played it before, I've mentioned this in this video earlier. It's F1 Challenge 1999 to 2002. For me, that is one of my favorite games of all time. Probably the best F1 racing game of all time. But that's just my opinion. If you guys have played it, then you're a legend. You guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's enough advertising. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This was MickeyMoTiOnZ. I'm out. Peace.
Roll the drum.